vibration. Show the world what you got to give. Time to
And welcome, Friday morning, May 29th. Summer's here, or getting here soon, and it's already burning hot in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So wherever you're coming in from, welcome to Raise Your Vibration Online. And we have some amazing guests today with Victoria Benoit and Rachael Gold, who's going to be playing music today. It's going to be a great day. My hostess, Gwendolyn Kay, is not going to be here, so I am riding solo today. And I'm grateful for all of you who are here. Thank you. As always, we do this every Friday at 11 a.m. And the whole intention of doing this is for raising our vibration on the planet. As we all know, we need this a lot right now with everything going on, keeping the positivity, the inspiration, the music, the vibration high. So please share with everyone every Friday morning, 11 a.m. Pacific time. We are here, as well as our website has all the recordings. Katie, if you could please mute your line there. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right. Anyone who isn't muted, please mute, because we want to make sure we're very clear on the recording here. So thank you. And our website, raiseyourvibrationevent.com is our website. So that's all the past replays and recordings. And yeah, check that out. And as always, we start with music. So Rachael Gold is our in-house musician today. Rachael is amazing. I actually have just met Rachael and found out she has a background. She's been performing for 30 years. She's performed throughout the United States, Canada, and Europe. She's studied Berklee College of Music in Boston and the Dick Grove School of Music in Los Angeles, where she studied arranging and composition under legendary orchestrator, composer Dick Grove, Nelson Riddle, Claire Fisher, Tom Scott, Layla Schifrin, and she's a multi-instrumental artist. And we look forward to hearing her and having her here today. So thanks for being here, Rachael. Okay, can't hear you. Are you muted? No, you're not muted today. Nope, that's not working.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Am I back?
Welcome.
Okay.
Yep, you're here.
Okay.
So,
Can you hear this?
definitely.
Okay. This is called Indigo Road.
Mm. Fabulous.
That was great, Rachel. Thank you. And look forward to hearing more from you later.
Very good.
All right. So our next presenter is a good friend of mine. We've known each other over 20 years now, I believe, right, Victoria?
So, yeah.
Yeah, we've grown a lot in 20 years, and it's great to have you on. You've been a part of all the live events that we've had so far in Phoenix. And it's always good to have you here in the community and being a support. So thanks for being here as well. And you're phenomenal. I've had work with you, and it's just beyond my expectations of the results I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know everyone on the call is going to get a lot from you today. So thanks for being here. You have a background, a master's degree in counseling, certified resonance repatterning practitioner, and you've been providing healing sessions for 25 years. You opened the Center for Extraordinary Outcomes in Phoenix in 1996, right?
Wow,
And
yeah.
you're sought after speaker, healer, best-selling author of What Would Love Do Right Now, A Guide to Living an Extraordinary Life. And your purpose is to inspire and empower yourself and others to live an extraordinary life, overflowing with love, adventure, passion, and joy. So that's what you do. Welcome.
Thank you.
And share your wisdom, please.
All right. Well, good. Well, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. And thank you, Rachel, for that wonderful music. It really centered me in my heart, which is actually the way that I want to begin. And I really want to let you know that living from your heart is actually possible. And I want to start by doing an entrainment process. So everyone, and you can do this at home with your family, or if you work in an organization, either you're doing a Zoom or you're together to entrain everyone, really, really sets a tone for the whole, either the meeting or the event or the day. And so I'd like everyone to just get comfortable in your chair there. And we're going to do some nose breathing. So I'd like to have everyone just take a deep breath in through your nose, really slow, and then out through the nose. And again, in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. I'd like you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And I'd like you to bring your energy and your awareness inward, inside your body, and down into that beautiful, precious heart. And really allow yourself to just focus in on the beauty of your essence and your heart. And continuing to take some slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Allowing yourself to kind of feel the lusciousness of your heart, your pure essence, the divine essence. And now I'd like you to keep your energy there, but just slowly open your eyes. And this is the way that you can really do this throughout the day, just closing your eyes, doing the nose breathing, and then centering yourself in your heart, and then opening your eyes. That'll be more likely that you could live from your heart if you do that process. And it took 2 minutes, right? Or maybe 3. So, so I want to talk about that nose breathing. I think it's really important that you know that what that does is it activates the parasympathetic nervous system for calm and relaxation. So if you're ever, something happens, someone calls and you get stressed out, if you just stop and you just close your eyes and take a breath in through the nose and out through the nose, that will actually move you from that sympathetic fight, flight, my God, stress, brain state to then the parasympathetic nervous system, calm and relaxation. So that's the one thing I wanted to leave you with today, because you can do that all the time. I do that sometimes even at a stop sign. I see someone, road rage or something, and I got to calm myself down. So I might do that myself. So the next thing I want to talk about is this wonderful, wonderful question. And this will also raise your vibration. So everything I'm talking about today is always about raising your vibration. And the question is, what would love do right now? What a question, you know? And so there's two ways I want to share with you about how I apply this. And then I know some of my clients do this as well. So I'll start with that one. So sometimes they start their day by actually writing on a piece of paper, what would love do right now? And they actually use that to determine the priorities that they're going to accomplish that day. Gosh, what would love do? Oh, love would clean out my sock drawer. I don't know, I'm making that up. Love would make that phone call that I've been putting off. Love would write a chapter in my book. So it actually can be a way to, again, live from that centered heart by asking, what would love do right now? And then seeing what the priorities you might have for that day. And so that's one way of using it. And I think it's really important to use this question, especially when you just, I don't know, maybe you had a spat with your spouse or something, and you're all irritated. And what you really want to do is lash out because you're so irritated. But if you just take a deep breath and ask yourself, well, what would love do right now? Well, love was certainly not gonna do what you were gonna do, right? So love might take a time out and just speak and just say, honey, I am so angry right now, so irritated about what you did, but I love you, and I'm going to take the time out. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to cool off, and then will you be available for me when I come back out? I mean, this is an ideal situation, but why not, right? So so that's one way that you can use the question, what would love do right now? And, we have many opportunities to use that when we get irritated, the clerk at the store, or we get a phone call from that's upsetting, so we can kind of use that, right? And then you can teach other people, of course, how to use that as well. Another way I think that you can use the question, what would love do right now, is is to stand up for yourself. Someone says something in front of you, in front of other people about you. I mean, that's hurtful, and it's disrespectful, and it's humiliating. And so love might stand up for yourself and say, hey man, that was below the waist. That comment was below the waist, and do not talk to me about something that you need to share with me in front of other people. And I want an apology. So love isn't always warm fuzzy, right? It could be just a way of standing up for yourself. So these are a couple ways that I suggest that you can raise your vibration by, just asking yourself that question. And I have this really cool little bracelet. I don't know if you can see it. And it says, what would love do right now? And I wear this facing myself, so that as I'm going through my day and I look at, oh my God, what would love do right now? Ooh, boy, love, love would be kind, right? So I use that quite a bit. And so to go even deeper today, because I can't really do any kind of speaking without having you go deep into the past, which is where a lot of your beliefs are that are actually impacting your life today. And so, we have these situations that happen even as a little person. Even, it could be like say your dad wanted you to, you wanted to play the drums. Your dad made you play the clarinet. I mean, that's not so bad for your dad, but boy, that could be very disheartening. And a lot of beliefs could get constructed just because of that one belief. Like, I can't get what I want, right? Other people think that they know more about what I want or need than me, and I'll never get what I want, And then we go through life, just childhood. I mean, if I tell you the truth, I think it's a wonder we're walking upright with all the incidences that happen in our lives and all the conclusions that we've come to. You think about the playground at school, the bullies, your siblings, your parents, your relatives, and you've got church or synagogue. And then, we've got all these beliefs, and then we're trying to do the best that we can living life, but we're going to have the same old life until we start releasing some of these beliefs. And so today I'm so excited because later on, I'm going to be doing a wonderful healing process. It's called Inquiry to Resolution. So we're actually going to do an inquiry about an incident that happened in the past. It could be something that you've worked on before, but you just think that there's something missing that you haven't gotten to. Or it could be, something that happened last week. I recommend that you really go to the earliest event that you can in childhood, because I believe that all these similar incidences that happen, like say you had an incident at, I don't know, 4 years old, and then something else happens at 12 years old, and then you've got something at 20 years old and then 30, and they're very similar, but those incidences come back because you haven't dealt with the first one. You haven't really healed that first one. So you're always giving experiences on your beliefs. And so the more you can go back to the earliest one, I think it's like a domino, it'll get all the other ones together. So, I get so excited talking about this. So I'm just going to take a deep breath. I'm getting myself a little bit of water. So I know we talked about these beliefs. I want to, and there's, of course, there's many, many different categories. We have beliefs about relationships, friendships, about money, about our creative self-expression, about our health, fertility, careers, a lot of different areas in life. And so I want to pick on my favorite topic, and my favorite topic is relationships, intimate relationships. So I thought we could do something really, really cool, because I spoke to you about how the beliefs really create our reality, but I'd like to kind of give you a visual about what's really going on. So I thought we'd talk about relationships. There are many, many, many things. I mean, if you just think about when you were, I don't know, maybe you were 11 years old and you had a little crush on Tommy, right? Or Susie, right? And then you told your friend, and you told your friend, of course, not to tell anyone. And what did he or she do? Told the whole school. And then the boy came up to you and laughed at you. Oh my God. I mean, can you imagine all the beliefs that got constructed because of that? I can't trust my friend. A lot of different beliefs. And then we go on to maybe 18, you have that first love. Oh my God, that first, you're so in love. And then you see him in the park kissing your girlfriend. Oh my God, what are the beliefs that got constructed with that? Men cheat on me, they're not honest, and girls, oh my God, they sabotage me and aren't honest either. And frankly, relationships don't work. So, and another place to look at, besides all these incidences, is how you viewed your parents' relationship. I mean, if you think about it, as you're growing up, that is the relationship experience, or that is what you see that relationships are all about. So you can make a lot of conclusions about relationships just on watching the dynamic with your parents. I know the one I came up with is just relationships don't work, period. So here I've got this big neon sign on my forehead, relationships don't work. And then I do the best I can going forward in my life, given I've got that belief. And you know what? I had proof of that. I was married a couple of times and they did not work. And then after the second one, I thought I have got to start looking at why I'm drawing these type of men, or maybe there's something wrong with me, or, just so that's when I started my investigation and finding out, well, I have these beliefs about relationships that they do not work. And the universe is just providing you proof or validation or verification of all the beliefs that you're at. And so the good news is you're at the vibration of all the wonderful things in your life, but you're also at the vibration of the few things that you may want to change. And so that's what I'm all about, really. And what I'm wanting to share with you is how you can do this. You can do this in the private sphere of your own home. Okay. So I thought we could kind of play a fun game that in the chat box, you could start writing all of these beliefs that you have about men, about women, about girls, about boys, and about relationships, and then I could speak them out loud. So let's see if I can get the chat here. I'm going to open the chat. So if you wanted to do that, then I'm going to show you the what's really happening as you're walking through life. So mine is relationships don't work. All right, what else do we have here? Men are abusive. What else here? Come on, you guys. I know you got them in there. Okay, come on. Only one? So, women are catty. I'll come up with them if you don't. I don't matter. Very good, thank you. I don't matter. Men cheat. Right? Women cheat. Whoop, they're not sticking on there, are they? Men cheat. I deserve abuse. Oh my gosh, we got to clear that one. Right? Anyone have anyone else? Men disrespect women. He should love me no matter what. So I think you get the point. So here we are trying to go through life, and we're trying to have a wonderful conversation with our spouse to clear something up. But you're going to get the same old response because you got the same beliefs. Or I know that I'm in the process of having some courage to start dating again, okay? Well, if I've got all these beliefs about men, about women, about relationships, you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get the same thing that I've already gotten, right? And so for me to move forward and you to move forward in your life to have more freedom in the area of relationship, you would need to start taking some of these beliefs away, wouldn't you? Yeah. One at a time, or you can take a few of them at a time if you want. Okay, here we go. And this is just one area of life, right? This is just relationship. Can you imagine all the health, vitality? We're just walking through life with all those big stickers all over. And so just the freedom that I have by taking those stickers off and all those beliefs, I feel fantastic, right? And so that's what you can have as well for your life. So, so that's what I really wanting and to share with you that, you know, you can raise your vibration by going back into the past. It doesn't have to be traumatic. It can be very simple. In fact, I've got this wonderful process. It's called inquiry resolution that I'm going to be giving you. All you need to do is email me, and I'm going to give you the process that you can use in the privacy of your own home after this group. So usually you need to buy my book in order to get it, but I'm going to just give it to you, that particular process, and you can use it whenever you want for the rest of your life. I mean, you can buy the book if you want, of course, but in fact, here's the book. It's called What Would Love Do Right Now? It's a guide to living an extraordinary life. It's on Amazon. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. You know, we can move into questions if anyone has any questions, and then more music. And then we're going to do this wonderful process so that you can actually take an incident from your life, experience this wonderful experience that Howard has provided for us, freed up from an incident, and you'll raise your vibration, and you'll thank me later. So,
Great, Victoria. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyone have any questions? Jump out. If you do, unmute yourself. All right.
Okay, good.
Well, I have a question. So what would love do? What would love do right now with the whole Minnesota situation? With what's going on there with the, you know, all the looting and rioting and this race issue that's going on right now?
Okay,
Are you aware? Are you aware of that?
No, no, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But you know, love would send love to the people. They're just hurting, really. You know, I mean, we can fight back, but that's just more of the same. So if you center yourself in your heart, like with that nose breathing, then you can come up with your own answer. But just sending love. I know when someone cuts me off in the freeway, and my first reaction is, you know, and then I just, you know, there must be, I have no idea what's going on in that person's life, you know? So just sending love that way.
Okay.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Anyone else want to jump out and ask anything?
Yeah, Howard, my sister lives in Minneapolis. In that same neighborhood, as a matter of fact, the precinct the police precinct there is in her neighborhood. And so she's a bit on heightened alert. She's not fearful, but she's being very, very intelligent about doing things. And we have flight attendant background. So her first move was to secure the perimeter of her home.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has a son who lives with her who's over 6 feet tall, and he has been sitting out overnight on the porch with a shotgun across his lap. Big deterrent. They give him a really wide berth. So far, their little section of street from one block to another has been relatively undisturbed. And she's very grateful for the National Guard who've come in. From my perspective, I think the sooner they arrest those officers, the better off everyone will be. And I don't understand the hesitancy there. But we are enfolding that situation and sending her lots of love and support in that regard. So she's in a good space of mind and quite centered in the middle of the whole thing.
Good.
Great.
Wonderful.
Thanks for sharing, Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to jump out here? All right. Well, we'll look forward to your meditation in a little bit, Victoria.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you
I
for
just
sharing.
wanted to add one more thing, Howard,
Yeah.
in terms of preparation. She does have a safe place to go if things get too hot,
Good.
which is
Glad
important.
For sure.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, thanks for sharing. It's just, Katie, did you want to have a question? You want to unmute? All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Victoria. Thank you so much for your talk.
You're welcome.
You're such a beautiful lady, so calm and peaceful, and it just looking at you was very comforting. A question. With long-term belief systems that I have done, I have been on the fixing myself train forever. You know what I mean? And I'm still struggling. I know the belief systems, I can see them clearly, and I still have not been able to get to them. And like you said, I've done so much work. It's a mind blower.
Yes. I
Any
hear
ideas?
you. Well, the incidences, which we may not get to today, but the incidences that keep this reoccurring, these beliefs and kind of the thread that holds, may be unconscious and hidden from your view. They may be back at conception or in the womb. I mean, if your mother's died when you were in the womb, you are filled with a lot of grief that's not yours. And you can give that grief back. It could be something pre-verbal that you have no clue happened. And in the work I do the kinesiology, the muscle checking to verify, well, what happened? And why is this so, why can't you release this as much as possible? So that was my first thought. Today, when I give you this opportunity, it may be different than something that you've done before. And then you can go back to some of those beliefs that you feel like, haven't cleared yet. And you can do this process on each one of those, because there's an incident that has happened. And just give yourself permission to, say, I am ready to see this incident. If it's a belief. So if you know the belief and don't know the incident, a lot of people know the incidents and don't know the beliefs. So that might be a good way to do it. Did I answer your question?
I think so. Thank
Okay.
you so much. I
All
will be emailing you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Victoria, I just wanted maybe you can explain a little bit about holographic repatterning and how it differs from regular counseling. Could you explain a little bit?
I'd love to.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And that's actually called resonance repatterning, because what we resonate with is what we have in our life. So like I had previously mentioned, you are at the vibration of everything that's great in your life, but you're also at the vibration of the few things that you may want to change. And so this process, once you would give me permission to access your innate wisdom, because there's got to be somewhere in the body that knows what happened. I mean, it's got to be a place. So I just call it the innate wisdom. So again, we'll center you in your heart. We'll get permission from you, for me to access your energy field and your innate wisdom. And then I give you permission to access my energy field. And that means you have access to my knowledge and wisdom, and then the methodology of the resonance repatterning method. And there are many different categories. We follow a little flow chart. One is orientation. Sometimes we're frankly just walking around disoriented. We're not even living in our body. So sometimes we just work on that. It's a huge shift. Then another category would be to identify a problem. And the only reason we would do that is to identify the opportunity that the problem is trying to get us to get, right? If we've got an incident that keeps reoccurring and reoccurring and reoccurring, at one point we have to say, stop, I'm ready to get the message. I'm here. You don't have to be in intensive care in a body cast from three, the final, like the third, from all vendor, you miss the car right in front of you by, I don't know, a foot. And you could stop and say, ah, and so you can start looking at your life and these, because there is a message that these challenges are trying to get you to get. And once you get the message, you would not need the problem. It would have actually served its purpose. So that's really a whole new way of even going through life, knowing that these challenges you have are actually on purpose to either share with something that you need to hear that's positive, or it could be to get you to shift something that is hidden from your view. Another area that the repatterning covers is the intentions. So I think there's two things happening in life. One is you have something you want, but you don't, something you want, but you don't have, or something you have that you don't want, right? And so the intention would be something that you want, and I can help you align with your goals and dreams. And then the other section would be repatterning, and I have 149 different repatternings. I mean, whew, it's a lot of repatternings, right? Hearing repatterning, seeing repatterning, 2 books just on relationships, chakras and meridians. You got it, I have it, or you name it, I have it. And then we need to do something to shift the vibration. So we identify the vibration that you came in at, and then we find out why you're there, and we shift it. It's like a radio dial. If your son was in the car, he goes, right? Or you turn a knob. Well, why can't we do that to ourselves? Well, the good news is that we can. You can shift your vibration just by turning up that radio dial. And how I do that is using like color therapy, sound therapy, essential oils, essences, or movement. But your innate wisdom is going to tell me how to begin the session, what the patterns are. It's all directed by your innate wisdom. I just use the kinesiology, the yes, no, yes, no. But I'm getting that information from you. And so it's very, very, very because we can event that may be hidden from your view that you had no idea was impacting you. And then after we do the modality, then we go back and verify that you're no longer at the vibration that you came in at, and you're not within vibration. So that's about my hour-and-a-half presentation about my. So
no, that's great.
It's really amazing work. When I was a counselor, she said, I just couldn't stand it. And so then when I met Chloe Wordsworth and had that done, so yeah.
That's what I noticed with it when I've had sessions with you. I mean, it was cool. You bring out the tuning forks and the aromatherapy. Right. I mean, you have so many different tools that you incorporate, which is
praise, I am love,
so much different than regular counseling, sitting there and telling what's up. So, and I noticed quick results. I really did.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. So, I love it.
So look forward to your meditation a little bit. Thanks again. We're going to move forward and have some more music with Rachael for right now, and then come back to you. Yay. So, yay. So Rachael, you want to play a couple songs for us? And I'm going to mute out here, and we'll go from there.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes? Okay. This is a song that I think is probably pretty appropriate. This was written by another songwriter that I work with. We have a band called Girls on the Road. And the name of the song is called Angels, Angels, Angels. And this is the first time I'm doing it. She usually sings it. I never thought those stories about angels were true. So imagine my surprise when I stumbled into a whole field of you. Angels, 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 forgive me if I stare, but now I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. I never thought that this tired soul could feel this kind of love. But you touched in me a trust that's just unheard of. You comfort me and urge me on. You light a faith I thought was gone. Angels, 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 forgive me if I stare, but now I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere, and it feels like a radiant sun, and you feel like a warm sea, and I feel like 1,000 mothers are lifting me. Angels, 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 forgive me if I stare. Now I see you everywhere. I can see you everywhere. I can see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. Thank you. Do I have time for another? One more? Okay. This one kind of ties in, well, I'm hoping they all do, with what you were speaking of, but this is a song about one of those sticky notes falling off my face. And it's not too bad. This is called Somewhat Wiser Now. Let's see. I'll be honest with you now. I've just had an epiphany. I'm gonna put this thing down now and let it fall away from me. I've been working our equation, but it never seems to add up right. I don't see a happy ending, being honest with you now. So I'm gonna hop back in my rainbow and ride this magic pony across the sky. Sometimes I notice when the stars and the planets are aligned just right. It feels like such a perfect night when the pieces of the puzzle all fit so tight. I seem to know somehow I'm somewhat wiser now. I'll be honest with you now, when I'm with you it still feels like home. That's why I've hidden all my buttons and I've buried my heartstrings well. I can look into your eyes now and not be carried away. So much beauty all around me, being honest with you now. So I'm gonna hop back on my rainbow and ride this magic pony across the sky. Sometimes I notice when the stars and the planets are aligned just right, and it feels like such a perfect night when the pieces of the puzzle all fit so tight. I seem to know somehow I'm somewhat wiser now. I cannot lie, there still are times when I sit and pine for what there might have been. That's when I notice that the stars and the planets are aligned just right, and it feels like such a perfect night when the pieces of the puzzle all fit so tight. I seem to know somehow that all the stars and the planets are aligned, oh, just so right. And the magic of the moment makes my heart ignite, and my life just falls together without a fight. That's when I recognize I'm somewhat wiser now. So much wiser now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Rachel. Hey, do you want to talk a little bit about your band?
Yes.
Please.
Annie and I have been writing songs since junior high school together. She's also a piano player. And we play every note ourselves. We don't push the space bar on the computer and jump around as if we are. And our music has been described as cinematic. All our stories mostly come from real life. Sometimes we're brutally honest, which can be a good thing. And sometimes we sound like a whole orchestra. Sometimes we just sound like, we call ourselves folktronica fusion.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have CDs or
we have one we're working on. We have an EP out there. It's,
okay.
We did a cover of Fields of Gold, and the rest of the songs are original. and all we did was just plug our keyboards in and record. So it's an honest representation of who we are and what we do.
Excellent. It's always the best.
Yes, I agree.
So your information is on the chat, right? So people
Yes.
can find, okay. And also we're going to put it on the website, which
Okay.
is again, raiseyourvibrationevent.com, where you can find all the presenters. Victoria will be on there, all the past presenters, all the past musicians, as well as all the replays. So it'll be on there for anyone to find whenever they want as well. So thanks for being here, Rachel. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Is it possible
Yeah.
just to sing the last chorus of this one song, because it so ties into what Victoria is talking
We'd
about?
love that. Please, please. Thanks.
This is from believe it or not, a space rock opera that Annie and I performed at the Herberger Theater last year. But I think this is really fitting. This is what the aliens are singing. So I'm just going to sing the chorus, that's all. Here we go. Okay, here it comes. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Right or wrong, weak or strong, love is all there is. I'll just leave you with that thought. That's what the aliens were trying to tell the Earthlings.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being here. Appreciate you.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Okay. Victoria, you want to
Wonderful.
lead us with a nice meditation to end everything today, please?
Yes, I would love to. And again, we're going to be doing this wonderful process. It's called Inquiry to Resolution. And I will be providing that for you. All you need to do is email me and put love in the subject line, and I'll make sure that you receive it and you can use it. So I'd like you to just really get comfortable in your chair now. And just take some slow, deep breaths again, in through your nose and out through your nose. And slow and deep. Inhaling and exhaling. Another inhale and exhaling through your nose. Now I'm going to have you bring your energy and your awareness again down into your precious heart, where that innate wisdom is. And to heal anything, if you do it from your heart, it's going to be so profound. I'm going to guide you through this whole process. I recommend that you close your eyes and just allow yourselves to, give the answers out loud, just in the privacy of your own home. And that'll help you stay in this wonderful healing state of consciousness. It's called the alpha state, and that's in between daydream and sleeping. So the more we can be in that state, is the deeper the healing. So I'm going to have you go ahead and close your eyes and go inward. And I'd like you to identify an incident that happened between you and another person when you were growing up that you want to heal. And you can just name it outside, out loud. Witnessed my father hitting my mother, and I was really scared. So whatever that incident, just name it right there. Whatever comes up is the perfect incident to work with. Now, how did you feel emotionally? How did that make you feel? You can just speak those feelings out loud. I felt hurt. I felt abused. I felt sad, diminished. And you might get confused. If there was some physical harm, you can also mention that as well. So how did that incident make you feel? Now, if you knew that you weren't going to get into trouble, or you weren't going to be, it wouldn't make things worse, what would you have wanted to say or do that you didn't say or do? This is very important. So you can just say out loud there what you wanted to do or say that you didn't. So what did you come to believe about your event? You know, I'm stupid, any beliefs that you came to about yourself that are negative, please speak those out so that they can be released. What did you conclude perhaps about girls or boys or men or women, depending on what that incident is? Or it could be a neighbor. What conclusion did you come to about neighbors or coaches or teachers? And just by identifying the beliefs, they're already losing their hold. If the incident had anything to do with relationships, what conclusions did you come to about relationships that are no longer serving you? Or about money? Or about health and vitality? Or about your creative self-expression? And now what did you conclusions did you come to about life? Life is difficult, or life sucks. Life is hard. So let any residual beliefs that you concluded from this incident just surface. If you speak it right out loud there, it will really help. Now, how do all these conclusions that you came to and all these feelings that you had, how are they impacting your life today? Why are you withholding love? Are you resentful? What are those, how is it all impacting your life even today? Now we're going to move into the healing of this. What did you need back then? What did you really need from that person? Could have been acknowledgement, love, respect, honor, connection, validation. What did you need from them that was missing? Acceptance, perhaps. Now, your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So now we're going to have you imagine, what is it that you wanted to have happen? What did you want them to say? So that would really resolve this for you and clear this for you. And I want you to see them in front of you. And I want you, because within them is an ideal person that would not have done what they did. They were just doing what they did from their beliefs and their conclusions that they came to. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us to come to some understanding. So to see that person in front of you, and they're telling you or they're doing exactly what you needed them to do back then, that would help you to resolve this, come back into harmony, love. And I really want you to breathe that in and let every cell of your physical body feel what that would have felt like to have them say that. And also your emotional level, how that might have, just helped so much. Of course, mentally and spiritually as well. Let your whole being feel that new message so that this is moving into resolution as we speak. Creating that new neural network in your brain and emphasizing that, and the old one will atrophy out of lack of use. Now I'd like you to drop down into your beautiful, precious heart again, breathing deeply in and out through your nose, being open to love and compassion and letting go. And now I'd like you to tap on your breastbone. We're going to fuse this all in, tap it in, and out loud right there, I'd like you to say, I now release myself from the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual effects of this incident, and heal my heart. Taking in a really deep breath. I now release myself from the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual effects of this incident and heal my heart. I now release myself from the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual effects of this incident and heal my heart. Now taking some breaths again in and out through your nose, and you can relax your hand, knowing that that new image is fused in. And now I'd like you to check in with yourself and notice how you feel. How do you feel different? You can, if you feel like you can put it in the chat box and I'll share with everyone. You may feel more freed up. You may feel more at peace with yourself, more loving, loved. So if you want to, you can go ahead and write that in the chat, or you can actually, open your line if you want to, unmute yourself. And then there's one other section, which is really important. I think I'll go on and just say that. So, and then this is where I use that question again, what would love do right now? So what type of action are you going to take now with this incident? Like I know it was with my father and I did this, and he had already passed away. So I donated money to an organization, which was the 4-H club. So that was a way I honored him and kind of healed that. Your incident, I'm not sure what it was, but it could be maybe you needed to do more self-care. Maybe you need to write a letter, or maybe you need to call that person and tell them, I'm so sorry for all the years that I've withheld love from you because I was so resentful from that one incident you did when I was 6 years old, right? I mean, can you imagine the opening in that relationship by taking some type of action? So I would recommend taking some type of action after you're asking yourself, what would love do right now? Because then you will get that answer from your heart. So that was the inquiry to resolution process. And like I said, you can email me and put love in the subject line, and I will send you this, and you can use it whenever you want to in the privacy of your own home. And I want to just review a little bit about what we did. So the many things that I talked about throughout the day. The first thing is the nose breathing and centering yourself in your heart. So that's one a takeaway that you can use to raise your vibration. The second one is just to use that question, what would love do right now? It could either be as a way to identify your priorities for the day, or just when you're in a situation that is confronting, you may take a time out and ask yourself that question, or you may stand up for yourself and just, say that was below the belt and, I need an apology. And then the fourth one, I guess, would be to use this inquiry to resolution to just free yourself up from these beliefs so that you can do this in any area. It doesn't have to be just relationship, right? It could be health, vitality, in any area that means a lot to you. So I want to thank you for being so present with me today and, doing your work. It's very honoring when I can be in the presence of people who really care to be all the best that they can be, and just using this process or any process really to help you on your journey toward living an extraordinary life is what I want for you. So there you go. Thank you, Howard. Are you there, Howard? Okay. Well.
Hi, this is Claire. Can everybody hear me? Oh, good. All right. So I don't know where
Yes.
Howard went. Howard had asked me at one point to co-host with him today because Gwen couldn't be here. So here I am. Hi. And I just want to thank you so much. That was a beautiful healing experience. And, Victoria, I'm very inspired to take this process to my daughter and just make sure that some of the things, the hurts I had in relating to my mom don't continue or somehow get passed along to anyone else in my family. Yeah. So I really want to thank you for that.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh,
and
fabulous.
Rachel, oh my goodness, your voice, your songs, your creativity, your piano, all of it. Really fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today. And here's Howard. Yay.
There's Howard.
Believe it or not, my iPad, I'm sitting outside and it just got really hot and said emergency and cut off on me. So I've never had that happen before. So this is Phoenix in the summer. All right, I'm back. And thank you, Victoria. It was great.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think what I'll do one more time is just at the bottom here, go ahead and put my contact information up there again. And all you need to do is email me and use that word love in the subject line, and I'll send you that form. So thank you. It was a delight to be with all of you.
Yeah, and
Thank
thanks
you,
again, Rachel, for being here. And look forward to having both of you here again in the future. We are actually booked up with musicians until mid-July, so that's exciting.
Wow.
Each week we're gonna have a new speaker. Next week it's gonna be Dr. Sharon Stills, who's a naturopathic physician who is phenomenal. She spoke at our first couple events live, and we had a great time with her. So she's going to be speaking next week, as well as Adam Smith, who has been on before, and he's going to be playing music. Phenomenal. Luke and Claire introduced him to me, and he's just such a heartfelt, warm musician. So look forward to him. And I think that's it. So look forward to next week. Again, everyone go to the website, raiseyourvibrationevent.com, to see this replay. I'm also going to post it on the Facebook page. And if you're not already a member on the email list on our website, please check that out and join to get all the updates for what's what's coming up next, and that's it. So raise your vibration. Have a great week, everyone.
Right.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Yay!
Take
Good
care.
job,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you. It was fun.
Raise your vibration. Show the world what you got to give. Time to